Alright, well I did a test of this metallic pink thread for the accents and I liked it. So that's what we're going to do for these accents here. I don't normally do the accents on my rods just because I'm impatient and I just want it to be done. So then, you know, I wrap the guides and I'm like, okay, good. The accents also can get pretty tedious, I think. I know they look great a lot, so I try not to poo-poo them too much, because like as long as you do them right, they look fantastic. The accents tend to be easier to do than the guides themselves. I do want the accents to be relatively similar, so I will tend to get a little more technical on this. Not too much though. I have to do a lot of editing on this video because there's just a lot of sound, a lot of talking, a lot of everything going on, so we'll see how it turns out. Oh no, be careful. Now if I could just find my like thread, it's like a thread adjuster, I would be able to pick these threads to make them sit a little bit better, but I cannot seem to find it. Knuckle get hit by the guide. Normally I'd probably be measuring these, but I don't have my tape measure out here, so winging it. right. I'll be excited to use it when the time comes. Dang it. You be careful of that. My least favorite things with working with the metallic thread is the ribbon that's wrapped around it can be very touchy, and it can just start unraveling. And if it happens in the middle of your wrap, you just have to undo it. Oops. Tried to cut my thumb. That was stupid. It's probably mean it's just about time to give up for the day. Yeah, this will be my last guide for the day. My back's feeling it. And I got somewhere to go in a minute, so. All right, yeah, that's definitely enough for today. My back is on fire. See you guys in the next video. Another nice day. I can work on the rod outside. I don't know if I'll be able to epoxy it outside. I don't know if that would be a good idea, but you know, we'll see. My main worry with epoxying it outside is bugs or dust or dirt or something or debris getting into the epoxy. Otherwise, I wouldn't even bat an eye. It's also kind of cold outside, and I've had problems before where the temperature messed with my epoxy drying, so it's not too cold though. Not much, you know, not really any colder than I kept my workshop back when I wrapped rods all the time. So I don't know. Oh, almost forgot a step here, getting ahead of myself. holders. You don't want to be doing that. Oh, come on, get a good grip. This again, huh? I did not turn the camera back on, so I don't know exactly what I caught and what I didn't. So we'll just finish up this guide here and start, or this part here, and finish on the next, start on the next one. Goodness gracious. I need to find me a nice little chair to sit in while I'm doing this. I used to have a stool, a rolling stool, but I have no idea what happened to that thing. Between moving from I wouldn't have a clue where it's at, because I had it when I first started wrapping rods in high school. One of the best things about wrapping custom fishing rods, I'll say, is the people most of the time that are looking at it don't know if there's mistakes, because they don't wrap fishing rods. So to them, they just see the basics of it, and they just look at the surface and they're just like, wow, this is really pretty. And you're like, yeah, it is. And you don't have to tell them, yeah, it's got a bunch of blemishes or anything like that. You don't have to tell people that anyway, because it's, it's really not that big a deal. If it was like a competition, I can understand it needing to be perfect. But like I said, done is better than perfect. Just a little bit more to go, and then we'll start on that diamond wrap. I'm not entirely certain what I'm going to do with the diamond wrap. I think I'm going to kind of just start on it and see where it goes. That's kind of how I always do diamond wraps. I know that's probably not like the most professional way to do it, but you know what? It's my rod, so I can do what I want. There is the most intricate diamond wrap I've done on a rod. It was definitely the most frustrating to do, because it was for a customer, and they sent me a design that they wanted, and I could not. I am not that good at it. And I told them, I was like, hey, I will do my best, but I can't, I think if I put in the time, I could do the designs and stuff that people ask for, but it takes a lot of time, and I don't really want to put that much time into it, because if it's my rod, I just want to use it. And I get that they, and it wasn't like the customer was paying for it. They had traded me stuff for it, and which is similar but not the same thing, because in my opinion, hour for hour, you know, sweat equity, I put in a lot more work than they did. But yeah, it turned out really good. I thought it was great. They had some small complaints about it, but in the end, I pointed out that, like, hey, just this alone took like a lot of time, you know, and the detail, like I actually, when they kind of got complained about it a little bit, I said, hey, here you go, here's the phone number for this person who wraps rods. Show them the design that you asked for and ask them how much it would cost. I said, and this is one of my competitors that actually their prices were way better than mine, because they had a big shop, they had a really nice setup, big commercial setup that they had bought at a estate sale, which I was super jealous of. But I actually wouldn't call him a competitor, because he wrapped rods for guides and stuff like that, where he was doing like multiples a day and getting them on the drying rack. Nothing super special, but he had a talent for diamond wraps that I can't do. Or I haven't put the time in to learn, because I think I could do it, but I just haven't put the time in to learn how to do it. But anyway, I had him call up that shop and say, hey, here's what I want, what's the quote? And the quote was double what it was a lot. And he asked him why it was so much, and the guy told him, he said, that's 12 plus hours of work at least, because of the intricacy of it. Unless you have a machine that knits out the patterns for you and you just just wrap them on, you got to make the patterns and then wrap them on, and that can take forever, because you got to do it, you have to line it up, make it all even. Diamond wraps are not easy. That's why a lot of people just skip them. They just do like a little wrap down at the base of the top of the handle, and they call it good. I have a couple rods that I had made by other people that's what they did. They didn't even try a diamond wrap. My dog is losing his mind over his toy ball right this moment, so if you hear growling and barking, that would be why. Ooh, what do we got going on here? Okay, come on. Get out of there. I am very, very excited to finish this rod. I have no intention of using it for about a year, a little less than a year, because I mean, August, end of July, August, we'll see what happens. Depends on how Springer season goes and all that jazz. If I have my boat ready to go, because I will gladly take my boat out if it's ready, if I have a motor and everything. There we go. All right, we can move down to the handle. Got all this done. So now all we got left to do is right here, and it's a blank canvas. So we'll have to see what happens.